An inspiring only in America story. It's back to school time, and there's an organization that's helping kids start their first day of classes on the right foot. My New Red Shoes helps kids from disadvantaged families start the school year fresh with a new set of clothes. The group was started by Heather Hopkins, and it's proof that one person can make a big difference in the lives of some of our smallest Americans. The bell, the bus, the classrooms, the sights and sounds of those first days of school, bursting with excitement and expectation. But what if all you could see were your worn-out shoes and all you could think about the old clothes that made you look different? That was the thought that obsessed Heather Hopkins.
What about all those kids who they feel so ashamed when they go to school they're wearing something that's too big or has holes in it or is dirty?
It's a thought that first came to her 3 years ago when Heather had her daughter Annie. As she was learning the joys of motherhood, her own mother opened up to her about her painful past.
When my mom was little, her family didn't have very much money, and she told me that she would worry all summer about what she's going to wear on the first day of school.
Hearing her mother's story and looking at her own little girl, Heather realized she had the power to help, a small step to make life better for children in need, for one day, for one moment.
I felt like I had to. I might not be able to feed hungry children in Africa, but I could certainly do this at that point in my life. I could buy some clothes for some kids and get my friends to buy clothes for kids and make their first days of school something to look forward to.
That one simple thought has now become an organization called My New Red Shoes. Since March of 2006, they've been having gatherings like this, giving hundreds of underprivileged kids not just a good time, but a gift card for a new first day of school outfit, and yes, a brand new pair of shoes.
We're trying to have a little shred of hope for these kids, and just a small gift from one person to another saying, we're thinking of you. You're not the only one who's going through this.
To keep it personal, each gift bag is hand-sewn and signed by the volunteer to say it's not a handout, but a giving spirit reaching out.
Say thank you. This will be a good pair for you.
They're so happy. They open them, and the first thing they do is they run to their moms and they show their moms, look what we have. And it's things that they never maybe would have gotten before. And also, what's also really beautiful is the relief and the happiness on their parents' faces.
The group is also committed to the idea of teaching kids the value of helping others. So Heather's recruited local teens to help with the cause.
These kids, they're like me, they're my age, they dress the same, they talk the same, there's nothing separating us.
As a single mom, it's very hard and difficult to pay your utilities, rent, and every other bill and still be able to buy school clothes for your children.
We were there a few days later as April's daughter Ashley shopped for her first day of school outfit, and the smile on her face said it all.
It's good because that way I don't have to feel left out with having my old clothes and stuff, and then I get new clothes.
You never really know what's going to affect a child, and so one small thing can really ripple out in their lives and change them in ways that we can't predict. And so I don't know if My New Red Shoes is ever really going to see the impact of what we're doing. We can only guess.
And joining us now is Heather Hopkins, the founder and director of My New Red Shoes. Heather, thank you so much for being with us. What a remarkable idea. Why My New Red Shoes?
You know, I thought I just liked the name, but then my mom told me that I was actually wearing red shoes on my very first day of school in kindergarten.
So it was lodged somewhere in your brain. You
Yeah.
remembered those red shoes. Where do you find the kids that you're giving these gift certificates to?
We work with homeless shelters and other human service agencies that work with very low-income kids. And these are kids who generally don't have that opportunity to go back to school shopping or ever to wear, well, may not have the chance very often to wear something that has tags attached that no one has ever worn before them.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that the tags, that idea of something new, because, hand-me-downs are one thing, secondhand clothes, but the idea that you could get something new for your first day of school, it just seems like what all kids want.
Yeah, it really gives you a sense of confidence on that first day, and first impressions are everything.
Part of your program is the Kids Helping Kids, and we heard one of the teenagers involved, and it sounds like it's having a real impact on her. How important is that, and what are they doing to help with the program?
Kids Helping Kids is an education program, and we teach them about homelessness, which is actually a very important problem in our country for children. In fact, the fastest growing segment of the homeless population is single parents with young children. And so the first thing we try to do is teach the kids that fact. It's a little known fact. And then teach them how to reach out to homeless children to make their lives a little bit better.
And what specifically are some of the things that kids or teens can do to help?
Very simple things like Girl Scout troops can use their cookie money to buy brand new shoes for homeless children. We have a program for teenagers that we walk them through a little bit longer community service project and give them the tools to almost start their own nonprofit organization, how to fundraise and publicize, that kind of thing. We have a program called Shiny Shoes Parties, and the kids ask for, in lieu of gifts, ask their friends and their guests to their party to bring brand new shoes for homeless children. And that's a great program.
What a great idea. And now, I know there are people going to be watching today who will say, I have an idea, I want to start a nonprofit. Is that something that's easy to do? What are the steps they can take to get started very quickly?
If you have a passion about something, the first thing you need to do is figure out who you're going to help, and then figure out how you're going to reach them. And finally, reach out to the community and figure out where the resources are to connect the people who want to help with those who need the help.
But maybe to get started, you could just try to target some homeless people in your area.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for being with us. What a great story. And we have more on abcnews.com. If you're looking for information, we'll be back.
Good morning, America.